Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, yeah, I'm going to review a carrying case today. Actually, what this is the Potensic D68. This is a brushless GPS drone that comes in this nice metallic carrying case, which is a really nice added perk. So I'm going to show you guys this. Now, of course, you know I'm in between locations now with the moving and everything, so I can't do my typical table reviews. So this will kind of have to be what we'll have to do here. But I'll go ahead and show you that, the carrying case, and then we'll pull everything out here and I'll show you what's all inside of the case, and then we'll take it up for a test flight. So let me go ahead and set the case down here. And you've got a rechargeable controller, which we'll go over the controls here in a moment. We'll do that in a moment. And we got the drone, which I'll pull out here. It's all within these foam inserts. As you can see, it is a foldable drone. The battery goes right in here. Just fold these arms. I need to fold out this way, of course. The back arms need folded out first. As you can see, it's got brushless motors. It's got a camera on the front. Let's go ahead and put the battery in. So let me grab the battery and we'll go over that real quick, and then we'll go over the rest of the drone so it looks right. This is a 3S LiPo. It's 11.1 volts, so it's a standard LiPo. You hold in this power button and the lights will light up. And there's 4 lights. It's gonna be a little tough to see that. They're green, and it means it's fully charged. And then you hold it in to turn it back off. You just slide the battery in here, and there it is. All right, so we've got a 90-degree tilt camera here in the front that records 2K video and 4K photos. Unfortunately, there's no stabilization with this camera. It means it is not a stabilized gimbal. And of course, it doesn't have EIS. We're seeing a lot of EIS starting to come out in the drones. MJX is using it. Holy Stone has one. And the EIS has gotten so good and inexpensive to be able to use that I think in 2021 is going to be the year of EIS as a replacement for the really poor stabilized gimbals we've seen in the toy class, which I still consider this drone to be. Now, it does have a little landing feet that you should looks like it's only in the front that you fold out. There is some dampening on this, which is good, so that should help reduce any jello. But of course, we're still going to get tilt and stuff as we fly because it's not stabilized. As you may see, there's an SD card slot here, micro SD. I've got a 32 gig SanDisk Extreme in there, so you can record locally, which is always a big plus because when you record Wi-Fi feed, you're going to have drop frames and all that stuff. Here is a USB-C port. It's USB-C to recharge the battery. And obviously we know it's foldable, altitude hold, GPS, brushless motors, all that good stuff. So we'll take it up and we'll see how this drone does. I don't know the light configuration and stuff because I've not even had this drone powered on. As you guys know, I do like to usually test fly my stuff first, but because of the current living situation and stuff, it's just been a lot harder to go back and forth and get everything reviewed that I want to in a timely fashion. I've had this drone for quite a while, and unfortunately just now getting around to being able to review it. Let's see what else we got in the bag here. We've got some extra props and an Allen wrench and the phone clip holder, which I'll have to attach to the controller here to hold your phone. The app is the Potensic GPS app, and we'll go over that when we go out here to test fly it here. I'm just going to fly here in the front yard of the in-laws. I'm trying to think here with the app and stuff is, it's a Wi-Fi just like the rest of them, so it's going to be probably a little bit laggy, but we'll see how the app works when we take it up here. Now, I'm not going to include screens recording and then onboard footage and all that because unfortunately where I'm at, I don't have a very powerful PC. My work computer's at my parents' right now, so I can't edit a whole bunch of multiple video clips. So we'll do onboard footage and then my head cam here, and I'll just try to show you the phone the best I can up in my head and the camera. So that is the drone. Let's go look at the controller. It comes with this little insert that fits over it, so I can show you guys pretty easily what all the features are. You get your GPS to altitude hold switch. Your second button here is your follow me, and then you can set the radius and the direction you want to go just by You can increase the radius by pressing up, and then right or left is the direction you want to go. And then if you hold it, it'll increase the speed, is what the instruction manual says on that. So we'll have to see how that works. Excuse me, that is on the circle me mode. I kind of make follow me mode here. Obviously doesn't have those features. I've got my two features mixed up in my head. So your follow me mode there, and then it'll follow you around using the GPS in your phone. Circle me mode is where you'll press up, and then you can go increase the radius, decrease the radius, and then right and left is the direction you want to go. Your high and low rates, and then right here you've got your return to home, so it'll come back and land. Up here on the top you've got a photo and video, so it's kind of two bumpers here. So it looks like you press this for photo and this for video. Lots of times they do one, short press, long press, so we'll see. It looks like this is two separate sides of the bumper. And then you've got your gimbal tilt here to tilt the gimbal. We'll see how that works. The antennas here, it looks to me like this antenna is real. It looks like I got my sunglasses on, so I may not be 100% right here, but it looks like there could at least be an antenna wire in this one here. I'm going to pop my sunglasses down. Yeah, it sure looks like it. So it looks to me like this B antenna is actually legit. A probably isn't. But yeah, we'll pop these up and make sure that we fold these out. Like, we'll probably fold them somewhat like this. We'll see once we get the phone clip holder in there. So make sure you do extend these, at least the B one, because that would definitely affect your range. All right, so what we'll do is I will stop the video, I'll get the drone out here, bind it with the controller, and bind it with the app, and then we'll do a level calibration, and we'll do a compass calibration, and then we'll get it up in the air and let you guys see how it flies, how the video looks. My understanding, this drone flies really good. Again, I don't know how well the video looks. I don't remember I know Brian of True Drone Reviews reviewed this one a while back, and we'll see how it looks. Hopefully it looks pretty good. We're just going to have you're going to have that tilt and wobble because it's not stabilized. All right, guys, so hold on here and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we'll just try to walk through this with you before I bind it up, just to show you the steps. Hopefully we don't have too many problems. One thing I neglected to mention was this controller is rechargeable, which is nice. You don't have to worry about any batteries with this. So you just charge it through. There's a little, I don't want to drop my phone, but there's a little charging port here on the top. It's micro USB-C as well to charge this up. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the power here, start this up, set it down here, and then we'll power on the controller. We'll do up and down, and it should be bound. Let me step back here. Now once the drone is supposed to beep, and I hope that I've got sufficient battery power here. I've only got one blue blinking light. I hope I don't have low. I thought I'd charge this up, but it's been quite a while since I did so. And what we're going to do is we'll do the compass calibration. It's supposed to, I thought it was supposed to beep. But we'll see what the lights look like on it. And we've got these red lights flashing on the front here. So let's see if we can do, we'll get into the app first. There we got I believe that means it's got a lock on it now. And it's telling us now that we can do the compass calibration. Let's go ahead and get into the app first. So let's go into the into my settings on my phone and go to the network internet, go to the Wi-Fi, and right now I'm connected to my action cam. We're going to look for some Wi-Fi here from the drone. Hopefully it'll pop up here in a moment. It's still searching. I got a UDR. This must be it. UDRC. Potensic rebrands stuff. So this is actually a UDI drone, which I had no idea. So it's a UDI. We're going to go ahead and connect, and now we're connected. Let me look and see. Is this 5G? Yes, this is 5 gigahertz. So that's good. We'll have less interference. And now we're going to go over to the Potensic GPS app. And D58, you're going to want to select the D68. So be sure that you select the correct drone at the top of the app and then click on Go Flying. And now it is saying, let's do the compass calibration. So let me set down the controller and you're going to turn it. Let's see if it beeps. These compass calibrations can be hit and miss. There we go. And now it wants you to put the drone face down. And let's rotate it till it beeps. There we go, and the compass is calibrated. So that was simple enough. Okay, now it says you want to do a GPS accuracy test. I'm going to skip that. You might want to do that, but so if it affects anything in this review, it's just because I skipped it, but that's going to take up more time. So we can see now we're facing, make sure we get the gimbal tilted all the way up. There we go, it's tilted down a little bit. And we'll take it up now and we will test fly it. So before we do that, I'm going to press the video button, and it says it's recording video. And let's go ahead, you do both sticks down and in to unlock the motors, and then you can go ahead and give it throttle to take off, because I don't see an auto takeoff button. And let's see if it's some throttle. Ooh, that's nice. That took off real nice. Looks very stable too. I remember Brian mentioning that it was a real nice flyer. Ooh, very nice. It's a very windy day today. Not so bad here where I'm at close to the ground, but at times the wind will gust up to 20 miles an hour. So yeah, this controller, it may not be fully charged. We should be okay for this review. Ooh, this flies real nice. Now it has quite a bit of pitch. That's pretty quick, and I think I'm in the lowest rate. Let me see here. That should be the highest rate, yeah. Let's see, let's press. Looks like there's 3 rates. Let me move it over here so we're not in the glare of the sun. That's even lowest rate. Let's middle rate, highest rate. So the yaw is the same, but you're gonna get more pitch. So let's go down to the lowest rate. You guys can see even lowest rate, that's pretty quick. And middle rate, it's even faster. And then highest rate, it should really book. I'm going to go with, honestly, just the lowest rate. Even though it's windy today, the higher rates you use is going to cause this drone to just have more tilt. And that's going to affect your, how much the tilt there is in the video. Let's turn it around here towards me. I'll pop off my sunglasses here. I'm having a lot of the sun's gone behind some clouds. Let's tilt it down here at me. There we go. Wave at you guys. So yeah, the tilt's actually pretty good there. You can see some wobble, because as we said, there's going to be some wobble in the video at times, because it's not stabilized. Alright, so let's fly it out a little ways, and what I always like to do is test that return to home accuracy here. Now I took off just here in front of our, the house, so if it's off by much I may have to correct it. Okay, we're at about 100 meters now. Just gonna fly it over this way, maybe tilt the gimbal camera down a little bit here. I can look, yeah, there's quite a bit of wobble, but that is to be expected. That doesn't bother me as long as there's not a lot of jello. The wobble you're going to get. All right, I am out about 245 meters, so it's facing away from me. You can see a van down there driving by. Let's press that return to home and have it fly back. And let's see how accurate it is. I always like to test this first while we got plenty of battery. Controllers, of course, beeping like mad to let us know that it's in return to home. And here it comes. I know this is not a very far test, but that's not that big a deal as much as the accuracy. So here it is. It's coming down. Let's tilt it down so we can aim the camera down at us. And it's turning itself the same direction it was facing at takeoff. And let's see how accurate it is. Again, this is just relying on GPS alone. There's no precision landing using any kind of optics or camera. So these GPS is not going to be as accurate, but sometimes I've had it be within a foot, and sometimes I've had it be 15 feet off on these toy class drones. So I took off somewhere over here. I don't have my tarmac or a helipad with me, but I have a pretty good idea where it was. And this is gonna be within, now it's doing a hover as it's thinking, I believe, before it comes on down, I think. There it goes. It's gonna be off by about, 8 feet or so, but you know, again, on just GPS alone, toy class like this, that's totally fine. That's within the range of air that's acceptable on a drone like this. So yeah, that wasn't bad. And this thing flies really nice. It's very smooth. It's not really loud. It has very nice and responsive controls. I really like how this drone flies so far. Let's go ahead and tilt the camera back up now because we were facing down, which probably wasn't a smart idea while we were landing. But yeah, that was a nice, good return to land. That hover it did was so it could kind of you know, gauge where it is and also give you a chance to make any corrections if it's going to come down and land, you know, on something that you took off too close to, such as my van here next to me. So that's kind of why that does that. A lot of drones don't do that. I like that. It's very long, and for a moment there I thought maybe it's going to hover, because there are some very rare instances where they make GPS drones that don't land, they just come down and hover, but that's very rare. All right, let's go and unlock the props and let's take it back up again. Again, this I'm really like how this flies. The way it takes off and just eases up and doesn't dart up, just even though it's a manual takeoff, and the way it flies, very responsive to the sticks. This flies more like a higher end drone. This reminds me of flying a DJI product. I know it sounds crazy, but in terms of its smoothness with the yaw and responsiveness to the controls, and it's very, very stable. UD, who makes this obviously for UDI, did a good job on this drone. It's too bad they didn't invest more in a stabilized camera, even if it was just EIS. All right, let's back it up some and raise it up. And let's try, now I've not looked in the app controls, and there may be some stuff in here I didn't even mess with, like, you know, lots of times you have beginner modes, custom route height 30 meters. We've got a maximum height of 50. I'm gonna go ahead and change that if I can to like 100 or something, or 150. Max flight distance, we can change that to 1,000 if it'll let us. Having some trouble with the keypad, but even 500 is probably more than you're gonna get, because the Wi-Fi just doesn't go that far. Yeah, there's quite a few little settings here in the app. So we've got virtual joysticks are off. You need some speed settings. Need a good GPS signal to take off, which is yes, which is a smart idea. Just some other settings we see in here. You can do your compass calibration and horizontal. Horizontal is down and to the right. I didn't do that, but it seems fine. If you need to calibrate the gyro, it's the right stick down and to the right, and the lights will flash while it's on the ground, of course, and the motors aren't running. But you can do it here within the settings icon. And transmission quality is set to HD. If you're having trouble with that, you could put it to low, and then you probably have less breakup or less drop frames. But it looks really nice right here on screen. We got 59% battery. So let's go ahead and let's test the follow me and circle me. It's going to be kind of limited in space here. We need to do that before we run out of battery. So let's press that follow me. I'm going to get up here and I'm going to lower the camera down some so it's looking at me. And let's press that and see if it kind of turned itself. Let's see if it follows me now. Yep. It's not, I'm going to turn it towards me if it'll let me. It's the controls are kind of reversed a little bit there. Let's try this again. I think I canceled out. See, it's it's a weird thing right there, and it's probably, and I didn't do that GPS accuracy test. I'm gonna press it again. I don't want to fly into that tree. Let's try it over here. Again, that GPS accuracy test might be something to do with this too, but it's turning this way. It's moving with me. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's turning. It's almost like it's not quite sure where I am, but it is moving. very slowly. And again, I'm in a very small, compact area. Let's go this way, see if it follows. It's turning a little bit. It's not really needing to move. I'm gonna see if I can move it up to me a little closer. Yeah, so I mean, obviously I'm not in the best location to do a follow me mode. Let's see if I turned it off. Let's try it one more time and see if it's able to. All I really want it to do is just yaw and follow me. And it looks like it is a little bit. Again, we really need to take this to a football field or something where I can test this follow me. But my impression is the follow me is going to work, but it might be aimed a little off to your location. But a GPS accuracy test that the app wanted to do might also help this out. Because see, I'm going to walk out of the screen. Let's go ahead and cancel that. And let's try, make sure I'm not in GPS again. I think I might have actually been out of it when I was doing that. So it looks like it's turning now. Yeah, I think I canceled. All right, let's try it is following me now. Okay, that's very nice. So it just seems to work okay. And I'm sure it's gonna follow us, but it might get a little off at times. Again, I'm in a very small area because I don't really have nowhere to go in this town to do a drone review. It's a much bigger town. And of course you worry about people up here getting worried about drones that don't know me compared to my small town. So I'm gonna stop that. Okay, so I'm gonna take it up higher now and let's try a circle me. Take it up high enough that we're not gonna worry about anything. Let's press circle me. Okay. And then I think it's gonna, let's get it up higher so it's not in front of that tree. And then we can tell it, there it's gonna go. Now I can increase the speed, as you guys can see, by holding it. Yeah, that does nice. I'm gonna aim the camera down a little more. That's about what I wanted to do. I can increase the diameter by going back. Now we got a bigger circle. I'm gonna go up higher to make sure I don't hit that tree. Now we got quite a bit of wind, so it is really, it's wobbling some, but that's why you see it kind of wobbling up there. But yeah, that's, I mean, otherwise when it wasn't blowing hard, it's doing a nice circle. So you can increase, decrease with the right stick going up and down, and then right and left is the direction you want it to go when it first starts. If you hold it, let's see here, that's slowing it down. See how much you slow it down? Let's go left and I'll actually stopped it. But you can increase the speed. I think the wind was affecting it there. Yeah, there we go. See, I've increased the speed. I'm gonna press that again to cancel it. All right, we are out of the circle me mode. So circle me works really well. Follow me works pretty good, but make sure you get in a more open area. Much limited space I have is really affecting the ability to do a very good follow me mode. So I apologize guys for not having the best area here to do that. But as you saw towards the end there, it actually does follow me pretty good. Just make sure you're not too close to the drone or too far away, or it tends to, you can get a little bit confused. But yeah, it flies nice. Now obviously I'm not gonna do a range testing here. Again, these Wi-Fi drones, you don't really usually get real good range, so tilt the camera up. Yeah, this flies really nice. And again, I'm only in, let's go up into, I was only in the lowest rate. Let's go into the middle rate. That's gonna fight the wind better, but it's still gonna wobble. All right, we still have about 31% battery. Pretty soon it's gonna get low here and probably restrict our range, and then most of all, it's gonna try to go back and land when it gets really low. Again, GPS has got fail safe, so if you run out of range and you lose range with not the app probably, but with the controller, it'll fly back and land. If you run to low battery, it's gonna fly back and land. Or you can just call it back yourself. Okay guys, let's go ahead. I'm going to stop recording the video here. So we got that saved. And I might try to take a photo or two. I got my old RD's drone shirt on, not my newer ones. This is my old logo. Let's take a photo here. And hopefully remember to put this into the video. Let's tilt it. There we go. That should have taken a photo. I'm going to try it with the app too, because I didn't see any notification on the app. So hopefully these are taking photos. But I'm just pressing in both of them and not much is happening. So we will see. If there's photos on the card or on my phone, I'll include them. If not, then that means that something's up with the photos. But as far as I know, the video worked. I had a flashing icon. Again, it's a 32 gig card in there. This should be fine. It says I think it works up to 32, but I don't exactly remember. It was, I think that's what the instructions said. That it might have been 64. All right, yeah, this is a nice flyer. My recommendation on this drone is you can get this drone for a reasonable price, and then you see a green LED in the back, and then there's those red ones under the arm. Those are going to be easier to see from the bottom. Out in front, you can't see those red, but you can of course see the green. If you need that for orientation, especially if you were flying without the app connected. So my recommendation on this drone is if you can get this drone for a reasonable price, like 150 or less. I don't remember what this is selling for right now. You know, Potensic sent me this to review. I think this is, you know, if you're just wanting a good, nice, stable GPS flyer, you're not really worried about extreme range, and you're not concerned about the video quality being stabilized. If that's okay with you, I think this drone's going to be hard to not recommend. By what I mean that is, this is a good drone if you're okay with non-stabilized video and you don't need extreme range. Yeah, I don't even want to land this because it's so nice to fly. I'm really impressed with this drone's flight ability. Just super smooth. This is one of the best flying drones. This might be the best flying Amazon drone I've ever flown off of Amazon. This just really flies nice. And I've flown hundreds of drones probably. This is one of the best. Definitely the best Potensic that I recall. The Dreamer is really good as well in terms of flying, but I don't think it's quite as good as this one. And that drone doesn't really offer much over this one. They both don't have unstabilized video. There's not much reason to pick the Dreamer over this one. Yeah, I don't want to land this. It flies so nice. So yeah, I think this one is definitely a win. A good drone, as long as you don't need that stabilized video. If you really want stabilized video and you want that extreme range and you've got a budget to go up over 400 bucks, the new Mavic, you know, the Mini 2 they call it now, it's impossible to beat that. But if you're on a limited budget, let's say, and you want to stay under 200 bucks or something, which I think this one is, this one's going to be hard to beat. There's a lot of these GPS drones from China right now, and a lot of them, they even have gimmicks in terms of having a gimbal that doesn't work well. They don't fly as well as this one. Most of them don't. Now you might be able to get them a little cheaper, but you're going to have to wait a lot longer. You're not going to have Amazon's customer service. But this one's going to be hard to pass up if you're not needing a stabilized gimbal and extreme range. All right, guys, that wraps up the review. I know I jibber jabbered a lot there at the end, but I just am so impressed with this. I didn't want to end the video. Really like this drone. Man, if they had a stabilized gimbal on this thing would be amazing. I mean, you put a good stabilized gimbal on here, this thing would be Mavic Mini quality, with the exception of not having, you know, the Mini 2's got OcuSync and has like 10-kilometer range. You're not going to get that, but most of us don't need to fly that far, and in most areas, that's not even legal to really do anyway. So this is really awesome. Really like this drone a whole lot. I've heard rumors of Potensic releasing some gimbal drones. I don't know if that's going to be 100% true. It could just be the EIS. But either way, if they can stabilize the video and make this drone again stabilized and keep the price reasonable, it's going to be really hot, really good drone. All right, guys, that wraps up the review of the Potensic D68 Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Click that bell so you know when I do upload new videos, you get notified. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.